Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton. Delighted today to bring on a couple of my dear friends over at the Preserve. We have Miss Andrea Saratsky and Rachel Hafer. How are you this morning?
Good morning.
Good, how are you?
Did I get your last name? I know you've changed. You got married, but
no, I haven't changed yet. It's Saratsky, so you were close.
I'm always really good at butchering last names, as you know. Well, wonderful. I know that you both have a huge amount of experience between the two of you with senior living, but tell me a little bit about yourself and what brought you into the industry.
You want me to go first?
Yep. Okay,
so I have a long history with Volunteers of America, to be specific. So fortunately, even back in high school, I was working at Gulf Coast Village in Cape Coral. And then my first position after college was at Palmview in Cape Coral. And now after getting my master's degree, I was delighted to join the Preserve team, which is also Volunteers of America. So I've been very fortunate to grow with VOA as a whole. And get experience with senior living in Southwest Florida. And actually, my family has had a rich history with VOA too. So my grandpa and my father all worked for VOA in Gulf Coast Village in Cape Coral.
And actually, her grandfather was the first executive director at Gulf Coast Village 30 some years ago. So total family connection.
Yeah.
It really is. I had the pleasure of interviewing your grandfather on one of my very first SBB Lives. So it was a pleasure to get to know him. All right, Andrea, you're up. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What brought you to the industry?
Sure. So I actually started in the industry when I was in high school as well as a nursing assistant. And I have been in sales and marketing my entire career in retirement living. So that's 30 plus years. Hard to believe. The time flies when you're having fun. I'm from the Tampa Bay area, and I was recruited down here to be with Volunteers of America. So actually, I've been with Gulf Coast Village and the Southwest Florida footprint for about 4 years now. I just celebrated my 4th anniversary. Yay! And very excited to be here. I've worked in the for-profit, not-for-profit, publicly held, privately held, in a variety of different positions. And Volunteers of America is head and shoulders above any other company I've worked for. So I'm so grateful to be here. So thankful that Rachel's here at the Preserve as well. So things are clicking along for us. 2021 is looking great already. So we're excited about that.
Good.
And I'm the area director of sales and marketing for Gulf Coast Village, Senior Choice at Home, as well as the Preserve. So all three are the part of our footprint here in Southwest Florida. We'll be celebrating 125 years with Volunteers of America.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. It's a great organization all throughout the United States and even in Puerto Rico, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. Very large giving back organization. So, well, they're very lucky to have the both of you. And you look very official today, very COVID friendly, I must say. So tell me a little bit about what's going on at the Preserve. This is a brand new senior living community that just recently opened. You have a skilled nursing unit as well as memory care and assisted living. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on and how you're keeping your residents safe.
So we actually celebrated on Sunday our 1st anniversary of our very first assisted living resident in memory support. So it's been a full year now.
Can't believe it.
I know. So
Time flies.
we're a 3-story building. The 1st floor is assisted living and memory support. The 2nd floor is the TCU, or transitional care, so short-term rehab stay. And our 3rd floor is not at the moment open, but it will be long-term care with memory support and skilled nursing as well. So fingers crossed, I hate to say it, but I'm proud to say it, that we have not had a positive resident throughout this entire time. No residents, no patients. So of course, as you can see, we have our goggles, we have our masks at all times throughout the community, and we test our staff members at the moment twice a week. And throughout the past, it's been once a week, and then we go with the Lee County rates. So once it hits over 10%, we test twice a week. So of course, we screen every morning, we contact trace any positives, and all of our staff goggles, masks at all times.
That's perfect. Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad to hear that you guys have remained COVID free. That's a big
Mhm.
deal. So you're keeping your residents safe. Talk to me a little bit about the licensure and what makes your community
Yeah,
unique.
so we have an LNS license or a limited nursing service license. And we also have a nurse on site in our assisted living 24/7. So we have a licensed nurse giving out medication or administering medications. So it's a different level of care that we provide, and we choose to have 24/7 nursing in our assisted living. And we
Wonderful.
also have different service levels. So a resident could come to our community and require maybe just a wellness package or a level one service, but then down the road, as their needs progress, we're able to offer another tier or three different levels of service in order to accommodate our residents for a longer period of time.
Perfect, perfect. Now, so for those of us that don't know what an LNS license is, do you want to go through and explain the different licenses that are available? You know, explain what a standard, an LNS, and an ECC is for the folks out there in the crowd that don't know.
Yeah, so there's a couple different types, like you said, of licenses that you can get in assisted living. You can have a standard license, you can have an LNS license, or you can have an ECC license. So it's kind of like different tiers of what you're able to offer as a community. So we choose to have an LNS license. There are ECC licenses that are just able to accommodate a little more clinical needs. And it just depends on the community and what their license is and what population they're looking to take care of.
And fortunately for us, we do have that LNS license. However, we have skilled nursing right here on in our community. So the necessity to have an ECC license would not be needed necessarily for the preserve.
Right, and we do have skilled nursing right on site. So a quick little thing I want to mention that we are all in the same building. So throughout this COVID experience, we have had couples who move in. You know, maybe the spouse needed skilled nursing level and the husband needed assisted living nursing level, and they're able to visit each other, of course, with masks and other safety precautions. But we've been able, I think that's happened about 3 or 4 times now, that we've been able to keep couples physically together in the community because we do have those different levels.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Well, I just want to thank you so much for your time this morning, and we'll make sure we put all the information in the chat when we go live to show how to get a hold of Rachel over at the Preserve. So thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Have a wonderful
You
morning.
too.
Thanks.